Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is a KV-2, the Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the north spawn of Cliff and it's under the command of Dustain 1. And he's got 3 marks of excellence on his barrel. So I think he's a bit of experience with the KV-2. This is part of our Derp coronavirus special. As you know, we're showing Derp tanks destroying the enemy with regularity, and we thought we'd show this just to entertain everyone whilst everyone was on lockdown, but most people now seem to be outside of lockdown, but we've carried on showing these videos anyway because it's fun watching a KV-2, which is horizontal Arty, fire at the enemy, because basically that is an Arty artillery howitzer that's been mounted on a tank. And of course the Soviets did that so they could dispose of the bunkers in the Winter War, the Finnish bunkers. But they only made 334 of these because they're not very good against other tanks, but they were great against concrete bunkers. Okay, T-34-85, he fires around and gets a lovely hit for 338. He had to fire because if he waited any longer, he would have taken shots from that VK and possibly from the T-34-85 as well. Okay, the VK's pulled back and he's got a teammate there, a VK-3001. Was it? Oh no, there goes the T-34-85. Made a bit of a mistake there coming out from his little hiding place, but I think he tried to occupy the western pass and the plateau above because that is an important tactical area in this game, especially on Cliff. Now somebody just fired at him and I suspect that was the VK. Could have been the Arty. There is one Arty in the enemy team. It's an FV-304. Yeah, it was the Arty. The FV-304's calling card, 99 hit points lost. That was a 4.5 inch howitzer shell landing on top of him. We don't know precisely where it hit, but yes, it did sort of like say, I'm here. That means that VK, that FV-304 is close enough to get a shot at him. And there's another one. So yes, he can't hit him while he's around this corner, but he's close enough to actually put rounds where he thinks the KV-2 is. And Dustain is not going to play for him. Nope, there's another round. So the FV-304 can't see him at the moment. That's why these shells are exploding in that spot. And what we don't want right now is the KV-1 that's near us pushing us forward into the enemy, or going ahead himself and then getting wiped out by the FV-304. Of course, Dustain is not in contact with that KV-1, but he could send a message to say, don't go there. Instead, he's actually gone into the spot himself to take a shot at the VK. Anticipating the VK is there. No, he actually just hits the rocks. And let's hope that KV-1 doesn't move forward. It might be a good idea for Dustain to move into the western pass. Yes, he's decided that's the right thing to do. Nobody seemed to be blocking them from taking that route. And now, because he's actually got the KV-1 with him, the KV-1 is acting like a shell magnet whilst Dustain gets up into this western pass. And now this chappie's in a lot of trouble. And the only thing that's protecting him is the slow rotation rate of the turret. But it's not slow enough to take out that chappie. And although Dustain is now probably going to receive some shells from the FV-304, and here's a Type 64 trying to do him as well. That Type 64's got to get away because that KV-1's going to finish him off if he didn't. But Dustain now could actually turn around and go down and deal with that VK-3001 and his teammate there, because in fact he can shoot from here. In fact, the Panzer IV-H is about to expire. Yep, that's the end of his game. 3 kills now. The Type 64 has done the circuit and gone all the way around. There's the VK. There's, oh no, he hasn't. He's still there, and he poked and he got blown away as well. I thought for a second he'd actually done a circuit, but what I was actually looking at was one on his own team. And there's the FV304, who fired short on that occasion. Okay, we're going to talk to a fairly close range as well, because you can see the outline. And yes, he got the kill. He couldn't see the outline, but he knew just about where he was. And so he planted the shell where he thought it was, and he got the engine bay of the TOG and took him out. So 5 kills now. Not so bad. The FV304 is probably going to keep firing. Oh, there's the other Type 64. Yes, that was what I must have seen. The enemy just lost that Type 64 to our M44. And that means there's just a Baguette Panther up there and a 45 TP. There goes the Baguette. The 45 TP is a little further around. Hopefully he'll come back, because we've got the T-34 Constructor somewhere around there, the one with the 100mm gun. There he is. And a nice big hit for 649 and a fire, and he claims the kill. So that's his Top Gun. And the KV-1 on the enemy team has now made a fatal error, because he's come forward, which means he's now vulnerable to Arty as well as Dustain. If he moves forward, we'll have him. If he stays where he is, the M44 will have him. He's caught in the crossfire, and here comes... Oh, it's a Jagdpanther. Now, he does have a rather nice gun, but he's now facing a T-29 and a KV-2. And their FV304's come round to help, but Dustain wants the kill, and he gets it. But unfortunately, he took a round in the engine bay and caught fire. Yeah, you can see where the round went in. Oh, and now the KV-1's tried to get involved as well. And that round was for, I think that was for the enemy Arty, the FV304. There goes the KV-1, taken out by our Super Hellcat. But he's now got 7 kills, so one more and he gets the Radley Walters. He's loaded, he's ready to go. He's loading an AP round for this VK. And he'll easily go through the armour on that tank, because it's very light armour on the VK3001H, because it's basically a 30-ton tank. Really didn't have that much in the way of armour. And that means there's only one enemy remaining, and he's loading an HE round for that. It's the FV304, who's probably around this corner, because there's nowhere else he could go. There he is. He's hiding in the corner, waiting for the inevitable, and it's the T-34 Constructor who gets the kill. So a Radley Walters for Dustain, 1 in the KV-2. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Dustain, 1 in the KV-2. He managed to get a hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemies. He also got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 14 in that one. And he got an Aslains badge for setting light to and burning to death one of the enemy tanks. That was the 45 TP. He also picked up a Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a Fire for Effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He got a Radley Walters Medal for getting 8 kills. He got a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Let's have a look at the end of the team score, rather. Well, we can see from the team scores that he did get the highest damage with 3,698 hit points. In fact, nobody got over 3,000 hit points of damage but Dustain. The next highest scorer being the T-34-100 Constructor, who got 1,864, and followed that by the T-67 on the enemy team with 1,672. When it came to kills, again, he had the highest number with 8, and 2 kills went to the Super Hellcat and the Constructor. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got the top in that one as well, so top in all 3 columns. 1,537 base, enough for an easy ace. 726 for the Constructor, and 720 for the T-29. He fired 11 rounds, got 9 direct hits and 8 penetrations, 1 splash. Damage of 3,698 hit points, of which 1,040 were at more than 300 meters. He received 5 hits from the enemy. 2 of them were penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 2 hits by way of splash damage. That was from the FV304. He blocked damage of 115 hit points in total. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 8 of the enemy, and did 465 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 38,529 credits. He also, after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, took away a profit of 18,394 credits. He picked up 1,537 XP and took away 2,306 experience points altogether. So as he says, everything I shot at died. Yes, basically, he didn't really miss on, well, I think the only ones that he missed on were when he was trying to fire at the VK3001H, and of course his shells were hitting the rock face, because of course the VK was hiding around the corner. But just about everything else died in the process when he aimed it at them directly. There was only one tank that he fired a round at that didn't expire the first time, and that was the T-34-185M, who took a big clout, which wasn't a penetrating shot, but the next one did hit him and did take him out altogether. So very well done there by Dustain, and it's nice to see a 3-marked KV-2 carrying the game the way you did. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, and stay at home, stay safe, and don't coronavirus.